Oh man, don't you remember when movies were actually good? AKA the 80s? So yes, technically this will be my first video, and I know it's kind of late. I should have done this video sometime August 25th, but you know, who cares? Anyway, so I feel like doing this video because I mean, the summer is the biggest time for movies, and I think that summer has a lot of good movies and a lot of really crappy ones. So I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to make the best movies of 2000, the best movies of summer 2011, and then the worst movies of 2000 or summer 2011, if you will. So let's get started, shall we? Yes, I know Cars 2 is probably the least. It's the weakest in the Pixar production, but still, I mean, it's a good movie. It's I mean, it's Pixar, so it has to be here. You know, I'm kind of surprised about this movie. You know, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I mean, it's a decent film. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't amazing. It's just kind of like one of those films that's kind of like, it's good, but you know, it's not gonna make it to an Oscar, especially the Smurfs isn't. Hey, come on. Don't hate on me for this. I know you hate this movie. I know everyone hates this movie but me. I'm like the only person who likes this movie besides other kids. But you know, I'm a teen, and I'm probably the only teen who has seen Spy Kids 4. And, you know, I was raised with Spy Kids, you know. I mean, what can I say? I mean, third one came out in 2003, and I've been waiting for this for a long time, and it was a decent movie, you know. I mean, it wasn't as good as the first two, and it was better than the third one. That's what I'm gonna say. That's over. And you know, this is probably the worst thing about the movie, the aromascope. A lot of people hate about this. I mean, everything smells the same, but you know, that's a cool card, so I'll probably treasure that, you know, forever and ever. You know, a lot of people didn't like this movie, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was a funny, over the top, psychotic movie, and that's what I like about it. It's very unique, it's very different, and it's, you know, it's very. I mean, it has Jesse Eisenberg and that one guy, so that's all right with me. I honestly thought that this was a great destructive, you know, you know, not powerful. I mean, like just violent robot movie, and who doesn't love those? You know, I mean, I love the first one. The first one was very good. It was like one of those kind of like random, you know, fight, you know, robot movies, which was great. Second one was utter crap. It was like watching a piece of turd being microwaved in the oven for 2.5 hours. I know, you know, it's everyone agrees with me. I mean, you know, but I thought the third one was better. I thought it was, I liked how they combined, you know, the human and the robots that they were working together. With the bad guys and everything. I liked that, and I liked this one was much better. It's a better plot, it's a better story, you know. And but you know they blow up Chicago, which you know kind of makes me sad. But their baseball team is just like the second Transformers movie, so that's all right. Hey, I will say that the 3D in this movie was really bad. It wasn't really necessary. They could have just put it in the IMAX without the 3D. You know, just the regular IMAX, just, you know, the full experience, like Super 8 was, which that was just great, like it was. Didn't need to be in 3D. But same thing with Thor, but it, you know, it was good, but you know, it's better than Lee's crap of Hulk. Not the Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk was incredible. Hulk is just crap. Again, like watching it in a microwave. Captain America was a very good movie. Again, the 3D was better than what Thor was. I liked it, but this movie, Captain America, I think they did a great job. I can't wait to see The Avengers, which is coming out 2012, the next year. Um, I just can't wait. And this movie was decent. I thought Chris Evans, I think that's his name, was really good as Captain America. You know, there's something about him that, you know, he's just really good. But, you know, I think Red Skull is great too, yeah. On to the next thing. Honestly, this was a great movie. I found it funny. It was hilarious. That it was a great cast. You know, and it's great to it's just great to see this movie. I mean, it was very good. It's very entertaining. I mean, you know, it's one of those movies that you just you have to say it's really good or really bad. It's kind of like Scott Pilgrim. But Scott Pilgrim's by far one of my favorite films of all time. But this is summer 2011, and Scott Pilgrim was like summer 2010, so that was last year. But this year is what we're talking about. Number 7 is the next, right? Yeah. All I'm gonna say is that, you know, Will Ferrell should start doing more comedy drama films because he's really good at it. And this movie was just it's just so emotional and sad, but it's also funny. And you know all the stuff that this guy has to go through, it's just great. You know, I love this movie. I enjoyed it. Definitely recommend it to anyone. You know, this is actually one of those rare times when the sequel is actually better than the original. I mean, I think this movie was better than the original. I mean, it's sad too. I mean, this is one of those movies that you could be an adult and you could still be walking out of the theater, or just, you know, the movie's ending in your living room and you'd be like, wow, I can relate to that big panda, you know. And by the way, what's it up with? I mean, Jack Black. I mean, there's something about him being an animated panda. It's just awesome. This movie also had a lot of really funny lines in it. I found this movie funnier, and you know what? Everything about this is just better than the first one. I really liked it. And on to number 5. Why am I gonna do this? Still wants to do that. It doesn't actually work. Watch this. If I do this and then look there, it's not gonna work. Watch. Wow, it actually worked. that was pretty cool. I found this was the best X-Men movie in the whole series. You know, the first 2 were good. Third one was like the second Transformers movie. The fourth one really wasn't an X-Men movie. It's more of like a backstory. And then the fifth one was just great. It was like really good. I really enjoyed this movie. It's just a lot of origin movies. A lot of them aren't that, you know, they're okay, but this one really stood up. I mean, I really liked this. And yeah, definitely. This definitely deserves, you know, to be at the spot of number 5. I don't know about you guys, but I think this movie is going to be an Oscar. I mean, it's just so original. I mean, I like movies that you don't see the alien until like the last 20 minutes of the movie, or at least 30. You know, like Alien was kind of like that, and then Close Encounters was definitely like that. You only saw the aliens like the last 5-10 minutes. I haven't seen the movie in a long time, but I should again. But you know, this movie was really original. It's great, and hopefully it'll make it to the Oscars. Another great origin movie. I mean, this movie, hopefully this one will make it to the Oscars too. I mean, this movie, it's just so the plot is great. I loved how they, you know, how it ended up being the Planet of the Apes. I mean, I loved how they did this. I mean, and plus, you know, the great cast: James Franco, John Lithgow. John Lithgow's great in this, by the way. And James Franco, he was not as good as he was in 127 Hours, but he still was pretty good. But I mean, I thought this movie it's just a great origin story. It's brilliant. I love it. I mean, it's great. And definitely, if you haven't seen it, check it out before it goes to the DVD. And if you don't see it in theaters, and if you don't see it in DVD, first thing you see it, you grab it, and then you put it on the counter, and you pay whatever you need. It's great. Especially the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is probably going to look amazing. I mean, I saw this in theaters, the digital version, and it was great. So hopefully you guys have seen it, and if you haven't, check it out. I know what you're thinking. A horror movie? Number 2? The best horror movie this summer? What? 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 But I mean, it really was a good movie. I mean, from the start to finish, it was just an intense, funny horror movie. I mean, if you want to look at my review I made, just click right there and it'll take you right to it. I promise. Just write that link right there. It'll take you there. Or you can go to my channel link right there, and it'll take you there. And you can also look at my video there. So anyway, Fright Night was a great movie. I loved it. Definitely give it an A+ like I did before. You know, you can click my link right there and you can see it again. So yeah. And finally, the moment we've been waiting for, the #1 movie of this summer is I Gotcha. What do you think I'm gonna put #1 movie for Mel Gibson? Are you kidding me? No, this is the right movie. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part Dos. Man, I gotta say, this is just a great movie. I mean, everything about this movie is spot on. I mean, it's not just because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. That's 50% of it, but the other 50% is because this is just a great movie. I mean, it's just great. The acting, the special effects, it was surprisingly funny. I mean, for the last Harry Potter movie, it's not supposed to be funny. Why'd the camera just shake? But yes, this movie was just spot on great. If you haven't seen it, you have to see it, period. Thank you. So everyone, thank you so much for watching my video, the best movies of summer 2011. And later, sometime, I will show you the worst movies of summer 2011. This is going to be so fun. I am going to show those guys. They're not forgiven. They will never be forgiven. The end. Well, except for a few movies, but we'll talk about that later on the Internal Closet. See you later.